Welcome to Bunker 2, where Bond finds himself in a prison cell in the middle of Siberia. It's not really a good set of circumstances, but we'll find a way to get him home in one piece. This is actually one of the longest levels in the game. It's based at least partially on Bunker 1, but apparently the Russians have added onto the base in the intervening years. And it's also the first level where we meet Natalya. So you start off here in this prison cell. I'm going to say hello to our prison mate. That we are. So this is their way of telling the story in the game, other than, you know, those introductory story elements that they get before the start of each level. This kind of, it's not really a cutscene, but they do have text to provide some backstory. It's always smart for a Russian citizen to work with a British spy, don't you think? I guess in her situation it doesn't really matter. I have a cunning plan. Well, let's see it, Bond. Is go into your inventory. Conveniently, we have a magnet watch. And also convenient, they have this cell key right across that wall over there. This card's just gonna pace back and forth. It's really a shame this game did not have any voice acting. Would have made it a much more compelling experience, I think, but we ended up adding voice acting. I was hoping to get behind him and sneak up, but doesn't matter. So we take out our watch magnet again. You can get a pair of throwing knives, which I'm not actually going to use, but it's a stealth weapon that you can optionally use if you want. I guess if you're desperate enough and you run out of ammo. I'm expecting some cards to come through, but headshot. There's 3 guards in here that we'll take out. Now there's going to be a bunch of guards that are going to be coming down this hallway. They undoubtedly heard our gunfire. There we go. I said that and I wasn't too sure. They weren't coming as fast as usual. It's best to just take him out this way. That way you can preserve your health. Usually that door is locked, but go through since it's left open. Take out that camera before he gives us some fits with an alarm. like a little armory over here. bunch of guards, but there's also some armor that you can get. So it's worth going in there. Definitely make use of the strafing ability in this. It's the best way to avoid their gunfire. Oh, the door's locked. Well, they'll open it for us. Thanks, guys. We'll just use this doorway here to kind of block some of the bullets. You can use the window. Oh, his head's going through the door. Don't see that every day. I think his body is blocking it. There we go. Because of the limited processing power of the N64, all of the bodies end up just disappearing after a couple seconds once they're on the ground. But they leave their weapons behind, so that's good. So we can get more ammo, which we're light on in this level. Usually we have about 300 bullets, but we don't have that many rounds right now. There's the body armor. There we go. It's a bit of an insurance policy, just in case they start to rape me. Now, this hallway should look familiar. I guess all the hallways look pretty similar in this. But this is the area from the first bunker level. The rest of the areas that we are just at are additions to bunker. No one thinks to just go and pull the alarm. I don't know what's up with that. Best to just ignore the guards and take out the cameras first. Alright, we have the videotape. Mission complete. Objective complete, mission complete. I'm telling you, there's just a ton of enemies that stream through this level. So you really do need that body armor. Especially if you're playing on 00 Agent. Right now I'm only playing on Secret Agent. Pick up the manila folder, and it's another objective complete. The door's locked, so we're gonna have to go around this way. Be extra cautious here. There are turrets, gun turrets, up there on the ceiling. And those will rip into you. Rip into you and not unscathed, but didn't do too much damage. If you just use the corners really well, then you can avoid them for the most part. Not sure what the purpose of this area is, other than to have a sort of trap for Bond, but doesn't seem like the most practical use of space. Alright, so the mainframe is in here. Take out the camera. Left. And there are no guards. Safe key. Sometimes you'll just find guys standing around. Guess they heard your guns going off and... Well, let's go back. Take the short route. Nope. There we go. Safe. Oh, well. I could have used that silenced pistol a long time ago. Oh, and by the way, you can let Natalya out of her cell right away. Not recommended. You come across all these guards throughout the level. Just leave her in there. You can come back and get her when you finish all the objectives. She should be the last thing that you worry about. It's a really bad idea to let her out. She's going to die. Trust me. Alright. Take out all these guards. Little coffee room. What else do we need to do? Take out this camera for one. There we go, that was an objective. I think that's all the objectives other than escaping with Natalya. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so now you can go back and get Natalya. But first, let's see if there's any guards up here that we need to clear out. Nope. Okay. Alright, so we're going to head back to the cell room now. Like I said, this is a really long level. But it's important, since there isn't a time limit that you actually have, try to go about it as meticulously as possible. Just take out all the guards and clear the objectives without getting Natalya shot. And she'll just make her way nice and slowly. Sometimes you kind of have to goad her by coming back. If you just run way ahead, she'll kind of hang back, and I think that's probably something to do with the coding, so that she doesn't get in your way when you're fighting bad guys. But let's see. Alright, so she is following us. She just floated to the top of that step. Well, we should probably get out of here then. You think? Alright. You just go out here. And that's bunker 2. Alright, well that's the end of this video. Check out the next video for more GoldenEye 007.